Hello, hello. Welcome to Who's Sitting at Your Table. How you girls doing?
What's up?
Hi, ladies.
Hola.
How's it going?
It's going. How are you doing, Miss College Mom?
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, let's talk about that. I rented a big ass SUV. It was the Jeep Wagoneer, that big ass thing. You could fit like 8 people in that thing.
Oh, wow.
But with my mom and her dog, Momo, and then Josh and I had it down packed. So I got these big ass tote, like these clear tote bags. And so we had 6 of those, and then we had a few boxes, but like we had everything dialed in. We loaded that thing up and we headed down the road. It's about 4 hours to get there.
So wait, it was the three of you?
It was me, my mom, and Josh and her dog,
And the
Momo.
dog.
Oh, got the dog, yeah.
Yeah, the dog Momo. And we headed on up to Cal Poly, or to SLO, and we checked in at the hotel, who, by the way, do not stay at Sands. I'll talk about that another time. But I just want to say, when I got there, it was like 7:30, and I walked in to check in. There was nobody at the desk, so I pushed the button that they have. She comes out. She goes, "Could you come back in 11 minutes on my break?" Have you ever in your world ever had
No,
anybody
Never.
in a hotel
Never.
tell you that?
Never,
Yeah,
ever.
never, no, ever. And I looked at her and I'm like, my jaw hit the ground. I go, "Excuse me?" I said, "Can you repeat that?" She goes, "I'm on my break. You'll need to come back in 11 minutes. I go, "Hold on a second. I just drove 4 hours. I'm tired. I need to check in right now. So you're going to check me in right now." What I told her.
Good for you.
So she was
Good for
all
you.
pissed and she checked me in. But I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
You need
Yeah,
to
take
come
your-
Probably the wrong room. But what I had reserved was 2 queens, and they got 1 king and a pull out. So that's a whole nother thing I need to argue about later. But
Did you write a
yeah,
review?
so
and
that was my
complain?
start. But
You need
what was
to.
that?
You need to pull a Karen and write a review. Complain.
Gosh, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna to handle this. But long story short, we made it. My son has moved in. It was an emotional
Yay.
journey. It
Aw.
was quite an entertaining process to spend. My mom is a talker, I found out. 4 hour
You
drive
just
up and
found
back.
out?
I've always been around, but I didn't realize, just when it's just her and I, you know what I mean? That it's like everything. And I love her to death. So it's kind of funny. It's just something I said, gosh, my mom she can talk. But the SUV was luxury. Had get up and go. It had room.
Nice.
It made the trip so nice.
That's great.
So it did its job. It did its
Aw.
job. So, but yeah, my son has moved in, and since then I've checked in on him. Last night as we were leaving, and he goes, "Where's my laundry bag?" I said, "Remember I told you it's underneath?" But I mean, we got them all packed and organized, and everything was nice. And I responded back. I go, "We made it home on time. We miss you. Let me know if you need anything." Nothing. Crickets. Nothing. This morning I texted him. Nothing. And then this afternoon I said, "Temperature check, making sure everything's okay."
Are you
And he's
alone?
like, "Oh, Mom, yes, I love."
Is this
living
mic
alone."
on? Is this
Yeah,
mic on?
exactly. And I'm like,
So,
"How are
like-
you doing?" And he's like, "I'm doing great, Mom." He goes, "I'm watching the football game right now." I said, "How's the bed? It's comfortable." Because I did the topper thing on it and everything. And he goes, "Everything's great." He goes, I'm watching the game right now, though." I said, "Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'm so happy you're happy." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Did you do anything last night?" He goes, "Yeah. Our WOW leader," because they call it Week of Welcome. So WOW. Our WOW leader, he's a sophomore, and he invited us to a fraternity party. So we went to a fraternity party last night.
That's so cool.
They were at
No,
a
he
frat
didn't.
party.
He doesn't have his car down there.
No, freshmen don't have cars for sure. No.
Freshmen.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
yeah. So he dropped him
I
off.
have to say,
And
a little bit different when I drop off Addie, because she wants to unpack and do she just wants us to get the boxes in there, and then she kind of stares at us like, "When are you going to leave?" So that we can
wow.
she likes to organize her own stuff. She likes to put it all
That's
away.
funny.
Yeah.
She's a
Now
girl.
Josh is like, so I'm sitting here building racks and stuff, that organizer to fit in his armoire, and I'm like building like under storage things that go under his bed. I'm putting everything, or okay, this is your socks, this is your underwear, blah 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 blah. And I'm just showing him everything, organizing his desk, and all of it. And he likes that stuff because he wants me to do it for him, right? And he was so happy. He was just so happy to be moved in, and already hanging out with people and going to frat parties.
Does he
already.
have any friends that he knows there ahead of time?
So the great news is the 2 boys he's rooming with both went to Northgate.
Awesome.
High school.
That makes
That's
it
awesome.
He knows them. Yeah, so I
That makes
felt
it
that's
easier.
a sense of comfort for the mothers, right?
Right.
So we could
Yeah.
tag team, "Hey, I'm going up. Do you need me to drop anything off?" Etcetera,
Perfect.
right? We could help each other. So, yep,
Awesome.
I'm still writing the emotional journey of it, but I'm just happy he's happy. That's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yay. I
Yeah.
love the picture. You go, mom. I love it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Cal
Awesome.
Poly Mom. I think this what
That's
my
right.
shirt says, Cal Poly Mom.
Cute. Super
Tough
cute.
as a mother.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Congrats,
What
girl.
about you, Cheese? What was your weekend like?
Well, for me, just excited. Aiden is thrilled. He got a job. He got a job working for a little computer company that's opening up, like a retail store in Paradise Valley, Arcadia area.
Awesome.
And he actually role played for this. Jason and I obviously had sales backgrounds. You guys know this, but yeah, he role played and role played and role played, and he ended up getting interviewed by one of the higher leaders in the company just by chance. Like he walked in for his second interview. And he was so proud of his first interview because it was like a group interview and everybody had name tags. And he felt like he was so proud because he went and collected all their garbage for them. Like he took the initiative to take all the name tag garbage and like put it in the garbage for everybody, kind of like have everybody be an advocate for him. But yeah, he's very excited. I mean, that's the world he wants to get into. He wants to study computer science. And so I love that he's trying to like going down the path of something that excites him, and it's a sales position, and he was just doing great in the role play. Really knows how to overcome the objections and ask the right questions. And the guy who interviewed him, who was kind of higher up, was like, I haven't done this in a while, and basically, fired some questions, did a little role play with him, and was like, yeah, you know what, 8 and 17, and this guy, the position really calls for someone 18 and older, but the guy was like, you know what, I was 17 and someone gave me the chance, and my career trajectory would have probably gone a completely different way if it hadn't been for that person who gave me a chance. I really like you, and I'm going to be your
Yeah.
advocate. And so he got the call this last week, and he was thrilled. It was so cute. Very proud of him.
That's so awesome. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And I love that. I just shout out to both of you for doing the role play. You know what I mean? Given that he came from parents that were in sales roles, right? And we had to do a lot of role play, all three
Oh,
of
yeah.
us, right? Had to go through a lot of
Yeah.
role play stuff with
Yes.
technology sales, right? So that's
Uh-huh.
awesome. I
Uh-huh.
love it. I love that. That's awesome.
Awesome. Congrats,
Sue,
Eden.
what about you? I know you were in Aspen, weren't you?
Yes, I went to Aspen. That feels like forever ago. And so I was a little nervous just because, the altitude, we're being a sea level my whole life. So I always get nervous when I go there. Like, am I going to be able to hang? Am I going to die? So
Did you die? Did you die?
so my friend Rhonda, she's so sweet. She hikes all the time. And so when she was asking me what we want to do, I'm like, well, let's for sure we got to go hiking. This is what you want to do. I don't want to be a nuisance. I just want to be an easy guest. And so she had we planned on Saturday to go hiking. Well, first of all, she said her friend was taking us on Sunday, and he had asked, well, how good is Sue? And so she asked me, and I'm like, I haven't hiked in a year. I'm not used to the altitude. So probably like, let's just do an easy hike. So we go on Saturday, just her and I, to meet a friend. And we start at one end, and it's like steep and rocky. And we're with her dog. Her little dog Josie's a boxer. She's so sweet. And so we start up this steep hill, and I'm just cruising along at my pace. And she was dying, and she was so mad at me because I was like basically smoking her. And she was just like, kept calling me Speedy. And I'm like, okay, what? And I blame my long legs, right? Because I'm like all legs. I don't know. I'm not trying to like break any records. This is just the pace. And so all day she's like, oh my God, you're killing me. I can't believe how fast you are. And no one beats me. And she's like, but this is good because you're challenging me. So it was great. And so we did that first day we did 8 miles because we took a wrong turn. And so ended up going a little bit further than we thought. And so it was interesting to be at the top of Ajax to go. We started over there and we went all the way around Aspen, came down 8 miles. So then the next day on Sunday, when we went and met up with her friend Bill, we went to this really cool hike. It's about 45 minutes away. It's called Capitol. And so we go, and she told Bill, well, Bill, Sue's better than she thought. And she's speedy and she's really fast. And so I was in the front, and then it was Rhonda, then Bill. And so, we're cruising along, and I'd stop every once in a while, let them catch up. And so we get to this one part of the hike where it's all the berry plants. And Bill's like, hey, Sue, hold up. I turn around and goes, okay, we're going through the berries. Just keep an eye out for the bear.
I was going to say that. Yeah, the bear.
And I'm like, "Oh, no, this is what happens when you're in the front, right? You gotta be on the lookout for the bears."
I'm like, you guys get in front.
Yeah, so I'm like,
That's what I
"So
would say.
what?" Yeah, so of
You
course
don't
I'm
have
like,
to tell
"What?"
me that twice.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Exactly.
so of course I'm like, "Oh, shit." And I'm like, "Okay, so what do I do if I run into a bear?" And they're like, "Just stop and say, 'Hey, bear.'" And I'm like, "Okay." So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, the whole time I'm crapping myself, like looking, like scanning, making sure like there's no flipping bears. The good thing is the berries were like all dried up, so it wasn't a good season. So I was like, okay, I don't think there's no good berries for these bears, but still I was on high alert the whole time. And of course, the dog, Josie, she's all worried about mama. So she's not even up front with me anymore. She's like, I'm going back. I'm going to be in the middle of the pack where it's safe. And so we did almost 7 miles that day. And again, I did great. I mean, the only downside is my hiking shoes are super comfortable. I didn't get any blisters, but they fit me perfectly. And so my toes, I have a feeling when I go in for my pedicure this week, there's going to be a couple dead toenails just because of the
Oh
coming
no.
coming down the hill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jamming your toe. Yeah.
So
You
I need to get a new pair that's maybe like a size
you
bigger.
remember the runner's toe when you go running and your toe would get
Well, that's
all
why I used to
funky?
run, but I used to run with bigger shoes, so I know better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to. Yeah.
So anyways, it was amazing weather, amazing hikes. I did well. The
Good.
altitude didn't kick my ass, and I was pushing Rhonda, so she appreciated it. And yeah, I survived. It was. I think
That's
my
awesome.
my workouts are paying off. So that's
I've
just.
never been to Aspen. I'm sure it's beautiful.
It's really pretty. It's gorgeous. It's just expensive.
I
The
haven't been there
only thing I
either.
know about Aspen is they show Aspen a lot on Hallmark movies or shows, or the one Dumb and Dumber. Remember
Oh,
when they went to Aspen?
yep, yep.
But
I,
I've never been to
I've
Aspen.
been to Telluride, not Aspen, so I would love to go there
Awesome.
sometime.
I've
Yeah.
also never been there either, but I heard a lot of good things about both. So awesome. That's great. Well, awesome. It sounds like we all had some exciting things that happened,
Yeah.
right? So, well, all right, queens, hold on to your crowns because we have officially hit the big leagues. 20 plus episodes and 20 plus subscribers. Okay.
Woohoo.
I think it's more than that, but let's just say 20 plus subscribers, watch out world, right? We're basically influencers.
I
Well,
mean,
I like to
20,
believe that at least.
20 plus whole people. My gosh, that's like
Yes.
basically a stadium.
But
I'm
20 plus,
just,
so an episode a person.
Episodes. There you go.
yeah. I'm just wondering, do we need to start charging for autographs now or later? When?
Who's going to want them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. My God, what a journey it's been, huh?
It has been. It's been quite the journey. And, a little bit funny behind the scenes kind of moments, right? For me, at least, there's more about our bloopers, right? When we're talking about something and we stumble on something or if we scripted something and we mess it up, for me it's having those fun moments. And honestly, doing this podcast is really about the humble moments. It's I think the more we do it, the more natural it's starting to feel for us, and I'm having a fun time doing it. What about you girls?
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. I'd say, interestingly, the moment I realized that people were actually listening was my friend, my college soccer friend, Sue Von Corner Smith. And she said, "Oh, you guys have such a great rapport." She sent me a little message. And
She did say
it's
that.
just like, yeah, just nice to hear. I mean, since then I've obviously heard from more people, but that was the first time I actually remember someone, like, we posted something and
Listening.
they're actually listening. So that was nice.
That's good to hear. Yeah, that's nice to hear.
No, it's fun because, not everyone, I feel like we have a lot of listeners, but not a lot of comments. So it's nice when our friends reach out. And definitely want to give a shout out to my girl Nikki in Tampa. She says she listens to us while she's walking her sweet little dog Taco.
She does.
She sweats her butt
Ah,
off in Florida in the humidity and heat. So this crown's for you, my queen.
that's right,
Yes.
Nikki. Sending
Thank
our
you,
love,
Nikki.
girl.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to just talk about a couple of the heartfelt moments for me when I did the seat reserved for the Queens, right? And so I did that heartfelt conversation with Carrie Faulkner on the end of life doula. And then my niece, Sierra, the Gen Z generations with her and her friend, Clarissa Garrity. It was really nice. And since then, my niece has had her baby, but Clarissa is still, I think, in our third trimester with their twins. But those Those are really touching moments for me.
No, I love that. I think this isn't a heartfelt moment, but this is a moment. And I'm kind of somewhat glad that it was accidentally not recorded with the audio, with the visual, because we were having technical difficulties. But when we had talked about our binging with the bitches, and I got so giddy, when you laugh so hard you cry because you're embarrassed.
Yes, I love that when you had tears coming out of your eyes.
I love it
Yeah.
too.
But the 10 times watching the
I watched
show. Yeah,
Daisy
two
Jones and the
back to
Six
back. Yeah.
back to back.
By
Have
the
you?
way, I'm watching that right now, and I'm on the 7th episode
Do you like it?
of the 10. Yeah, I do. I like it a lot.
Well, I remember it was so funny. Tony's like, "Wait a minute, you watched it twice, like back to back?"
Yes.
And I'm like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was crying. My eyes were filling up. I had to grab a tissue. Of course, no one saw that because we later found out that it wasn't recorded. We only had audio. So I'm like, "Oh, phew, dodged that bullet." But I don't know.
I
I could
love
laugh
it.
at myself, so I think it was just funny. That moment was a little embarrassing for me, so I was laughing.
I don't think it's
Well,
embarrassing. I thought it was funny.
no. Yeah, I love laughter. I mean, there's no apologies for that. But I will say, if we're talking top moments, my most chaotic, it seems like every time we're trying to get on is chaotic. One of us is having some kind of issue.
Testing.
Yeah, trying to get on. Even when we give ourselves plenty of time to get the party started, we seem to have technical issues, one or the other, and it's just crazy. But I'd say two things. One was this episode, literally where my camera just zoomed in on you could see the pimples on my nose.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then I have no idea. The camera just decided to do that. So I was not like, hey, camera, let's do this. And then off scene, which we haven't, I don't know that we're ever going to post, but like where you felt like sick all of a sudden and
Yes.
you like
In the middle
had to
of a
stop.
podcast.
You had to stop everything. And like when you turned off the video to just like calm yourself and then disappear from the screen, we thought you fainted. And we were talking about the hysterectomy. So it was health as it was, the health podcast. It was just kind of crazy. Anyway, but it's all been fun. I've really enjoyed all of them. And not only the ones that I've been on, but also the ones that you guys have presented without the cheesy.
Yeah, Cheese and I were glad when Tony was okay because she just literally hit the deck. We couldn't see her. We're like, "Are you there? Are you there?" Poor Tony being so sweet, she's like, "Hey, just bear with me, guys. Wait, no, we don't care. Like as long as you're alive and you're talking."
Literally crawling to the toilet. I'm like,
trying to get better.
there goes my camera again.
Zoomed in.
What's going on with this? But this is chaotic, right? You guys don't need to see.
Hand movement. It's your hand movement
Okay.
when you're doing this.
Go away.
It's
There it goes.
because mine does that. There. See?
You
Okay.
have a fancy camera that follows you around.
Yep,
That's right.
my camera does that. It'll follow me. And so I actually turned off my settings so it wouldn't do the zoom in.
Yeah, I talk with my hands too much. This shit would be all over the place.
Yeah,
I think I'm just
that's why I did that. I got rid of the settings on that.
okay, Cheese. You can
That's
fix
funny,
that.
Cheese. Oh my God. Well, so let's keep it sassy because we're like the Beyonce, the Kelly and Michelle of the podcast, but with way fewer listeners and 0 Grammys.
That's right.
I don't really think that we have the money either that they do.
No.
Oh, I wish we did.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. So let's shout out to our number one fan, Artie.
Yes.
Tony's big brother.
Marty.
We're still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah.
No, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's texting us after each episode with
He's
advice,
our
with
unofficial
feedback.
critic. Yeah.
I would say coach. I think critic is too
Yeah, he's
harsh
like a coach.
because he gives us the good with the bad, right? So thank you, Marty.
The down and dirty. He tells us how
Yes. Yeah.
what's good and what's not, and we adjust accordingly. So
Right.
thank you, Marty.
Yep.
And then shout out to Kim, Kathleen, Ashley, Elaine, Christy, and Nancy, you queens from all over the country. Thank you.
Yes. Also, a work friend of mine, Amanda Johnson, who's like kind of let it slide that she's been listening, and I was like, "Wow, that's kind of cool." And I
Thank
would
you.
be remiss. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Harry, aka Plato. Of course, he is most well known for his theory of forms, which distinguishes between ideal realities and everyday experience. It seems honestly like a perfect audience for our podcast, right? But he likens it to hearing our thoughts, like Mel Gibson's What Women Want, which I think is adorable, right? He's listening to us going, wait a minute, I'm getting the intel on the inside of what these women are thinking. I think it's adorable. But anyway, shout out to
Harry. I want to just say to you, Harry, these three women were queens in our 50s, and the girls in their 20s and 30s have a different mindset. We've got a different mindset, right? So you are getting the queen thoughts. So
you're getting But you know what? I'll tell you, he is actually from Dixon, and
he is from Dixon.
Or one of his daughters went to school in Dixon, and he lived in where's your family now, Tony?
My mom lives in Dixon, and my sister Marcia lives on the edge of Dixon in Vacaville in the country. Vacaville. She has some land. Vacaville. Yeah.
So he's from all that. So you guys might have, I don't know that you would have crossed paths, but you might know some of the same people.
Figure out if we, exactly. He's more my sister's age, so she might know him. They might.
Yeah, he's 59. He's 59.
Oh, so he's my age. Well, I didn't go to high school in Dixon. I went to high school in Vacaville, but my last year when we moved to Dixon, I commuted. I drove myself to Vacaville every morning to school.
So I'll have to introduce you. Everybody needs to meet Harry. He's a really nice guy. So thank you, Harry, for listening. Yeah. Thanks for listening in.
Awesome.
All right. So what's up next?
We want to talk about our manifesting.
Here we go. Act like you're visualizing what it'll be like when you hit 200 or 2,000 subscribers. I'd like to manifest even more than that.
Yeah. Go big or go home, right? I mean,
I
want to manifest
2,000. What about 2 million?
Yes.
We'll have parties along the way, and I want merch. I want queen size mugs and crowns for all.
Yeah. I'm manifesting
a tour to Vegas residency. Maybe Oprah. Call us.
That would be awesome. Call me.
Maybe.
I'm manifesting Prosecco handed to me at every recording session. That's my dream. But I mean, I don't need just the Prosecco. I mean, I love the fans. I love all of that stuff. So let's just have some fun. Oprah, yes, Oprah, we're in.
Yes, call us. Right. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks to the listeners for sticking around.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
So to our loyal 20 and the rest of you queens secretly listening, you stalkers, without subscribing, hit that follow button. Your seat at the table is waiting.
And we'd like to thank our subscribers, our fans, and Barbara from Boise. Without you, we'd just be talking to ourselves.
That's right.
So like, share, follow, subscribe, spank, I don't know, everything. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
And don't forget, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X.
Yep. So like, share, follow.
Thank you. Yep.
Appreciate
like, share, and follow us.
Support.
Come on, Cheese. Do the what's that? Do the what's that?
That?
All right, guys. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.